So is it safe to say or to assume? Because I remember at one point, you know, it was always like you were pictured to be the troublemaker and the bad guy. But from me knowing you just over the years loosely and putting certain things together, is it safe to say that it was because your position, and I'm building this question off of what you just said, is it because you were really fighting for the best interest of the group and you didn't want to settle for anything? It was like, nah, fuck that. We Bone Thugs and Harmony. This is what we worth. Let's go get what we worth. Let's fight for what we worth. And maybe the fellas were more like, well, let's just go along. You know what I'm saying? Play along. And you was like, fuck that. I don't want to play along nice. I want to fight for, whether it's our masters or whatever the case may be, y'all to be able to be who and do what you want to do. Is that a, from the outside looking in, is that a fair assessment of what that was?
Yeah, man, I think on my homeboy's behalf, you don't want to jump out the fire to jump back into the skillet. It's like, who the fuck do you trust? And what do you trust? How do you trust? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a motherfucker saying, this is the deal, I give it to you now. This is the deal, this is a good deal, this is a good deal. And me pressing the issue actually made the deal with Ruthless better. Like, anything they would send me, and we like, man, fuck this shit. Fuck this shit, fuck this shit, fuck this shit. It's 5 of us. How we gonna split that?
Right, real shit.
So they was running them numbers up and running them numbers up. But me, I didn't want to be there. Like, after Easy passed, I was just like, my loyalty is to E. You feel me? Like, and I could talk to E like, man, nigga, don't play us. Man, be quiet, Bizzy. Ain't nobody gonna play you. You know what I'm saying? that E. But, you know, so I was always on that level, man. But I was also able to run the numbers up. So it ain't like they was doing stupid business either. You know, and I was able to, you know, sign as guest appearances, so I wasn't confined so much, but I was getting money like for these certain other like records that was coming out. So, you know, I was able to do my business while they did their business so we could coexist and continue to do shit. But yeah, I was painted as the troublemaker. I caused a lot of noise because I really wanted them niggas to go in my direction. And I ain't really know how to go about it. But, you know what I'm saying, flip the fuck out on niggas and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I really didn't, you know, because everything that I was saying that was making total sense, I was being looked at as at times like, you too young to be this motherfucking on it. Like, it's coming from a nigga like shit 16, 17 years old. And I'm talking like I know my shit. And I'm still saying the same shit now. I was just schooled by a motherfucker who knew they shit. And I was reciprocating everything that I was being told to my niggas. Like this, and I soaked the shit up. And I'm like, look, niggas, this is what's going on. We can go get this money right now. All we got to do is not fuck with this person. And it might have took a 6 months. It might have took a year, a negotiation. And shit might not have popped like we wanted it to pop. But I believed it would have put us in a better situation financially. You know, instead of, you know, living off the label, man, paying for your fucking hotel and paying for your fucking studio and paying for your food and paying for your weed and paying for your clothes. Like you some goddamn fucking kid or some shit like that. And I got 3 babies and I know I'm young as fuck, but that ain't my setup. That ain't the way I wanted to move. You know, I got a baby mama and shit. Like I'm about to marry this girl. You feel me? So she demand I'm a man. Like, what, you know, where is your money? You know what I'm saying? So, and she was damn right at that time. You feel what I mean? And and it got to be, that was a problem because, you know, my niggas young, they want to party, they want to kick it, they want to have a good time with chicks. They want to, you know what I'm saying? That's just how they want to move. You feel what I mean? They want to ball. And they don't have like babies at the house and shit. And I'm the youngest. So they looking at me like a motherfucking enigma themselves, because it's just like they don't make these motherfuckers like this. Like, where do you get these guys from? You young, you should be out partying. You the youngest member of the motherfucking crew. You should be having fun. You one of the most visible motherfuckers. Come out here and have some fun with us. Fuck with these hoes, my nigga. Let's get with these hoes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm like Southwest T. Damn, cheers. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah,
so that kind of caused a little disruption because it was like I was growing up fast and niggas wanted to enjoy that moment in that time. So that kind of, and I understand that now that I'm an adult and mature enough to just understand it, you know?
yeah. So yeah, no, that makes sense. So your primary issue back then with Ruthless was with Tamika. So I guess what I'm hearing is E, you, because of your personal relationship with E, you could have very easily renegotiated and said, hey, and E would have gave y'all that liberty and that freedom to make it right.
Right.
But basically you're I guess what I'm hearing is Tamika and the powers that be is kind of like, nah, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is, and we gonna hold y'all to this. And that's where the discord came. Cause I know you used to kind of take aim at Tamika. So was that the
No,
issue?
man, it was more like before signing anything. And I didn't sign anything. And I had to take homegirl to court. The paperwork that she had with me with E, I was 17 years old. So I wasn't legally binded to it. So I had to take homegirl to court and sue for my solo rights to be able to record my solo shit. That's where the immature shit came from. And the DJ soundtrack and the Friday song and all of those other things, you know, for Ice Cube and shit. That's where I was able to start branching off before anything popped. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really had to go in there and fight for that shit. So it wasn't, she was on some fuck that shit. It was just my niggas was moving in that direction. She ain't really have to say much. I was just questioning everything. And I was needed and necessary. Signatories and shit was needed and necessary. And I was being questioned on pretty much, I was questioning everything. Well, what for? Who's paying for it? Where's the wardrobe coming from? When are we getting paid for this show? Who's the promoter? Why aren't we getting paid for this show? Why are you saying that it's a promotional tour and motherfuckers are paying money for the tickets? Like, this was called, you're a goddamn troublemaker. No, I'm not, bitch. I'm asking you why we aren't getting paid and they're paying money to get in here to see us. Who the fuck is making fucking money? And that was called being a troublemaker. Now, don't let me get drunk. Don't let me get stressed the fuck out. And one night I just fucking spontaneous combust and I get fucked up and get drunk or whatever, because all this goddamn pressure on me being a motherfucking father and trying to fight this fucking record label, and the homies not really listening to me, and all this other money that I know we can be getting that I'm watching other niggas getting. God forbid I get too stressed out, drink a little bit too much, because then the whole narrative is, okay, he an alcoholic. Okay, he on drugs. Or okay, he on, but that was before social media. Couldn't hit him every day. You know what I'm saying? You just couldn't hit him like you can hit him now and be like, shit, look at me. You can look at me every motherfucking day. Look at me. You understand what I'm saying? We all get one or two. But so that added to the bullshit. But you know, I've always looked at it like all press is good press. You know, they talking.
Yeah.
They talking about it. Because at a certain time when you learn a lot of shit, you got to be your own publicist. You got to be your own marketing campaign. You got to step yourself in. You got to put yourself in third person without worrying about being egotistical or not. And understand that you are a brand and ain't nobody gonna look out for your ass but you. And you have to do that at certain given times in this fucking business if you're going to survive on your own and be able to determine with anyone that you're working with, fuck that. My value is here. Just keep, let's push, let's push, let's push, let's push. And I've been staying the fuck away from everything when it comes to the homies. So when the verses and everybody come at me, they know, man, Bone gonna get what they worth. And it's gonna be the biggest fucking payout. And niggas ain't saying shit because we smart niggas. I'm finna tell you shit. But man, BB gonna go get to that bag. I'm gonna run them numbers up to make it so valuable. Like I believe that we are.